contractors, our specialized team. Rank high on Google, hook better leads. HookAgency.com.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It is Tim Brown, and I'm going to be talking about our winning website formula and applying it to the Malik Brothers or Malik Brothers exteriors out of Pittsburgh's website. I'm going to present that here. Let me pull it up. Present. Share screen. Malik Brothers. We're going to talk about this website. I'm very excited about it. I hope you guys are having a good day. What we do on these winning website audits is we go through our list of things that you can do to get more leads on your website. And we're also going to just kind of give a first impression here. And that basically we're going through the persuasion, the design elements, and we're going to talk a little bit about your SEO and your broader marketing on this audit. And if you want us to look at your website, feel free to drop it in the comments. And I will do my best to shout you out if you participate, if you talk on this live. Appreciate y'all. All right. So my first impression here. Wow, that is one long section. Let me see. So my first impression is a basic website, and it is not necessarily going to win any design awards. You got a lot of badges, and it's simple. I will throw this out there. I think you should get a Malik Brothers email. Those are some of my first impressions. Other than that, as far as first impressions go, it just feels really basic. It feels like kind of like a GoDaddy builder or like a Squarespace or something like that. I'm not that design is like the main thing that's going to get you new business, but if it feels really basic, if it feels not pro, it potentially could affect the way your customers are seeing your company. Is your company pro? And by the way, I mean, I think like this logo with the dog and like kind of this classy font, I feel like the logo says high end, but the website says kind of simple and low end, just to be real with you. That's my first impression. All right, let's get into the 20-point winning website formula. We have got, do we have a big call to action right away on the homepage? Let me get back to the homepage here. Oops, I would think that this logo would be linked to the homepage, kind of what users are used to. So as far as a big call to action, call us is the big call to action. The only problem with, and you're kind of emphasizing that on desktop, is that most people are not going to call you from desktop. So I like that for mobile, but if there was a way to switch it, so the emphasis was on contact. And I do think contact is a soft call to action as well. Like, is there, get an inspection, get a free inspection, something like that, that would be a little bit more compelling potentially. But technically you have this big call to action right away. So we're going to count that. Friendly, customer-focused headlines, from a hole in the roof to a whole new roof. What do you guys think? Do you think that counts as a customer-focused headline? I think it probably does. You know, like you're drawing attention to the problem you solve, and then you're drawing attention to the ideal future, which is the whole new roof. I don't know if it's the strongest headline, but it's certainly customer-focused. So we're going to count that one. What about the next thing on our list? We got smiling customers. Where are our smiling customers? Just to remind you guys why we want to have smiling customers. We want it to be focused on the customer, not just the company. And we want to make them think of the future when they're problem is solved. We're going to call to their attention to the future when their problem is solved so that they feel compelled to want to pursue that future. I don't see any smiling customers, so that's definitely a ding on the winning website formula. The next thing I'll be looking for is visual reviews and videos. So I at least want testimonials, and I'll talk you through our ideal, which is trustimonials, which means they're reviews. There's a testimonial, there's a picture of the person who left it, there's a five-star icon and where it was left, and there's no testimonials or reviews on here. So that would be a way to fix your website. And I always tell people, like, right away, that is one of the number one things you can do to get more leads on your website is prioritize those trustimonials. All right, the next one. So we got half of the things and we have missed half the things so far. No stretching or distorted images. I almost need to count this as a distorted image because it looks grainy and it's stretched so far down here. And it just looks unintentional. Some of this stuff looks unintentional. I want to look at what it looks like on mobile. It doesn't look like it's conforming to a mobile screen. I'm going to have to check. I'm going to pull up just my face for a second. I just want to check this to see if it's the case on my mobile phone as well, because more than half of your customers are likely experiencing your website from a mobile phone as a roofing contractor. So let's see. And a lot of times it's in the 60s and 70s, right? Because not everyone is hanging out at their desktop trying to get a roofing company. Okay, so let's see how it looks. Oh, it is mobile friendly on here. So it didn't conform on desktop, but it is mobile friendly here. And it actually looks almost better on mobile. That is interesting. Okay, so maybe you're looking at your website more on mobile, which, hey, I understand and appreciate because, yeah, like we said, and honestly, it does. It actually looks better on mobile. That is funny and interesting. But decent on mobile. So good job on that. All right, let's bring it back. And if I'm missing any comments on Facebook or anything like that, excuse me. I'm going to just check that real quick just to see. Nicholas Brock says, what's up? Eric Richardson says, Eric Richardson is in the chat. What's up, guys? Shout out. Mobile friendly. So that we're going to check that one off because it looks pretty good on mobile. So good job. The next one is not getting distracted by too many offers. And the main offer right now is call now, call us, and then contact us. Roofing problems, we got you covered. You kind of got a chat down here. I don't think you got too many offers. It looks pretty simple as far as call to actions go. So I'm going to give you that one. Clarity on exactly what you offer right away. From a hole in the roof to a whole new roof. I think it's pretty clear that you're offering roofing, roof repair, roof replacement, roof inspection, leak detection. So boom, you got that one. Why is this company different? Bullet points or feature differentiating features. Experience the difference. So many options out there. It can be overwhelming. You're looking for a team that offers quality craftsmanship, exceptional customer service, and a commitment to excellence. So this is honestly one of the more common problems that I see on roofing websites is you're essentially saying what everyone else is saying, to be honest. This is exactly what everyone else is saying. Quality craftsmanship, exceptional customer service, and a commitment to excellence. So what I would ask you to do is to dig deeper. What really is the difference? What could your competitors not say? And I would encourage you to go look at your reviews and to potentially to figure out what specifically customers are saying and saying more often about your company. And for those watching this, if you're curious, I do have a tool that if you extract all of your reviews using exportcomments.com and then go to hookagency.com/reviews, you can use our review-based marketing GPT. Let me just show you what this looks like real quick. Essentially, what you do is you paste all your reviews into this thing, and it's hookagency.com/reviews, and it will extract common themes from your reviews. So hookagency.com/reviews for that. You don't have to sign up. I think you have to be a premium ChatGPT user is the one thing. So sorry about that. It is a pretty cool tool though. All right, so back to this. And once you have those things that actually make your company different, I would feature them right away, as instead of restating the company name right here, I would have bullet points or icons with those differences right away. Because no offense, no one is really reading a lot of this. So they might not even make it down to here. I'm going to not give you that one because it doesn't feel like those are prioritized or called out in any real significant visual way. The next thing is trust factors feel cleaner branded. So I'm going to give this to you because we have this big section of what I would call trust factors, but I would strongly recommend that you bring it down to the top 5 and then put those right away, right underneath this top section. And like I said, the trustimonials will be a big one, a trust factor that would allow people to trust your company more often. If I was to choose 5 out of these, I would choose BBB, Google Guaranteed, the $20,000 guarantee from Directory, and then maybe one of like Atlas Pro Plus, and maybe like Home Advisor, Screen Approved, or Scotchgard. Because there's just not a lot of these that a homeowner is actually going to know. Just as like an outside unsophisticated non-roofer, they're not going to know all these things. They're not going to care. No offense, they're not going to care about mule hide. Maybe you put that on the commercial roofing page. You know, maybe you put, I think Ply Gem. Actually, I don't know what that is, but you put them on the pages that they most apply to, and then it'll make sense. Potentially in that spot. All right, the next thing is interior pages. So I'm going to give you the trust factors feel cleaner branded. I would just suggest that you put those up right here, right underneath, or fairly quick on the page. Because if you ever look at heat maps, the heat map just shows you where people scrolled to on the website. They scroll like this far, which is crazy. But the rest of this is honestly kind of for SEO. It's not necessarily like everyone's going to scroll down there. All right. How do these interior pages look? So a lot of times we see websites where the interior pages don't look good at all, even though the home page looks good. So that's something to look at on your website. Are the interior pages looking good? Eric Richardson asks, are all the vendor badges clickable back to links? Let's look at that real quick. Keep on trying to click your logo to go home. That is linkable. That is linked. That's linked to Atlas. That's linked to BBB. Yes, these are linked back to the spots. These are linked. Reg says, love the Reg Reader. Contractor Social Media says, love the logo, to be honest. Let's see. Eric Richardson says, do you like the call now above the fold CTA or actually list the phone number instead of with schema? That's a great point, Eric. I don't always dive as deep as I know you'd like because you are a very sophisticated watcher with a lot of skill at this area. Eric Richardson, shout out. But no, I would like the phone number listed. So yes, the ideal would be the phone number listed here, right above here, because especially on desktop, people are unlikely to click this. This would go to Skype. This would open my Skype, which is not really the ideal scenario. People are going to take their phone out and look at this and actually type it in on the desktop. So I would strongly recommend you list your phone number. And yes, I do agree that you'd want schema on that, on the phone number, which I don't want to overwhelm people with the technical piece, but schema, just for a little deeper dive on this one, schema is a little bit of code on the back end of your website, and you can find it places and copy and paste it. It's a little bit of code that tells Google, this is the phone number. And it often allows that phone number to show up in more places on Google. What up? Mike Hammer Martinez is watching. If anyone else is watching right now, I strongly recommend commenting, saying what's up. I'd love to shout you out if you comment. Clay Million says, hey, Tim, just wanted to say thanks for taking the time to do these audits. They're packed full of value. Hey, man. All right, so let's get into the interior page here. Residential roof. Do we have a call to action? What I like to see is a big call to action at the end of the page. You got a form, but you're not telling me really what to do. One thing I would recommend is to always, when you have a form, have helper text. Helper text just means you're telling somebody, I know it seems basic, but you're telling somebody exactly what you want them to do on the form. And you're telling them what's going to happen after they submit the form. So if you have a form, go look on your website right now. A little bit of helper text could decrease somebody's anxiety and make them more likely to fill that out. I would also suggest not putting address on a form like this. And I know what you're thinking. Hey, if I have the address, I can do this a little bit quicker. I can give them a quote quicker, all that. Yes, but people are much less likely to fill out a form if they have to put in their address. This is a intro, and I would push on email and phone personally. That's what I would do, because I would want more leads, and I would like to qualify those myself, and I can call them or email them. So something to think about. All right. So I'm actually not, even though it seems like a detail thing, I'm not going to call this because there's not really a call to action that just says send. Call to action would say, get a quote now. Call to action would tell them what you want them to do. And if you're not telling them what you want them to do at the end of every single page, I think you're missing out on leads. So that could be a thing to make your bad roofing website better. All right, we're going to get into some broader social media and Google marketing stuff. So bear with me. This isn't just web design. This is how this all flows together to create more leads for your company. So the next one is socially connected and active on social platforms. So we're going to take a look. Are you posting on social media regularly? 11 hours ago. Boom. Family Christmas, company Christmas. 3 days ago. Atlas Pinnacle Sun. Ooh, that's a new one. How do you guys feel about Atlas Pinnacle Sun? That's new. Let's see. Reviews 3 days ago. Before and after. Charlie's working hard today. That is adorable. Boom. That is cute. That is a great social media post. All right. Well, I'm glad that you guys are active on social platforms. Let's get back to the next item. 30 plus Google reviews, 4.5 stars or greater. So let's check out your Google business profile. 149 reviews with a 5.0. Look at that. That is beautiful. Good for you. That. If I was a homeowner, I would check this out, and it looks like you have a great reputation. And it looks like everything is pretty well filled out. You could ask questions from a different business or a different profile and then answer them, like top questions that you have in the sales process here. But other than that, it looks like everything's pretty well filled out. You now have an option to just put in your LinkedIn and your Facebook and your Instagram profiles on the back end of Google Business Profile settings. So I want to encourage you to go back there right now. There are some other new things on Google Business Profile that you can fill out, and I would recommend you doing that. It's pretty well filled out, but just so you guys know, there is some new options that you should go look at right now and fill out completely and comprehensively on the back end of Facebook. I am just going to make sure that I'm not missing comments here. Reg Reader says, what's your take on a massive call now button in the header as a CTA? And Reg says they're killing it in the social media space for sure. 30 reactions is insane. Definitely for a roofing company, if you're getting 30 reactions, you're doing a very, very, very good job. And the principle, what is the principle that we're seeing there? Cute, family, that type of thing. So those posts always do well. So good job. Yeah, the massive call now button in the header, I believe, is not the best use of the space. I would go for the form on desktop or have the big actual phone number up there. All right, so we were so close to a fully fleshed out Google Business Profile. So I'm going to give you that, even though I want you to go look at it and make sure you filled everything out. All right, we're going to get into a little SEO here. Let's do it. I'll pop your website into our SEO tool and take a look at what we got. Yes, Eric, let's do that. We're going to do pagespeed.web.dev and see SEO scores on this. I'm also going to just look at this Ahrefs stuff real quick. I like to look at, do we have upward graph on traffic and keywords? So let's take a look here. What do we got? If we look at traffic this last year and keywords, traffic is very, very low. So I can't count that. Keywords is headed up, but it's not very aggressive. So I would say you've got a lot of opportunity on SEO here. I know it's hard at the beginning of a business, but definitely you need to go harder on your SEO to make money off this website from my point of view. I want to make sure I do what Eric Richardson wants here and make sure we check out page speeds real quick. Page speed insights is pretty strict, but we're going to take a look. Diagnosing performance issues. So I don't want you to take page speed by itself. I think it's a mixture of persuasion, and there are some trade-offs sometimes with page speed. But I would say you want it to be pretty solid. So mobile, we got a 44% or a 44 out of 100. There's definitely some big opportunities here. Accessibility, you're at 93. Best practices, 95. SEO, 91. So that's pretty good on this particular, and 84 on desktop. So some of this doesn't look too bad as far as like the page, like the SEO score and stuff like that. I just, I'm looking at the traffic and it's pretty low. Yeah. All right, let's see. I've got a couple more things and we're going to wrap this up and we're going to talk about some overarching principles. So we do not have a big upward graph on traffic. It's like saying you have 4 visitors a month, which is not right. It's when it's super low traffic, it's not good at telling how much traffic. It might be 4 users from Google, but I just think it's probably a little higher than that, but it's still very low traffic. We're going to look at real quick. Do we have decent links? I'm guessing we don't. But what you want is at least 5 links over 14 URL rating. And it looks like you have links from Home Advisor and Angie only. So I would suggest getting more links back to your website from other websites. And content going out on a regular basis. So I recommend having blogs. Part of the reason that I recommend having blogs is if you have blogs, it allows people to link back to your website, not just on your service pages, and it allows you to get more brand awareness. I don't see a blog on here. The other main thing, oh, here we do have a blog. One second. October. It would look like we were blogging every day for a second. Interesting. I'm very curious why it was like so many blogs at once. So I do want to recommend that you slowly trickle out your blogs. The way this makes it seem, because it looks like you had like 20, 50 blogs at one time, that potentially those blogs were not written by a human. And I'm not really like ripping on it. I'm just saying like you want to make it appear to Google as though it's kind of a rhythmic activity. And that rhythmic activity. So you can schedule out blogs. So you can schedule one out for every Tuesday or twice a week or something like that. That will look more natural to Google. And you do want to look natural to Google, I will say. But you did have a lot of content at one point. I'm just curious why this hasn't translated into traffic. And it's probably because there's not a lot of links. But I'm going to give you the content piece. Location pages is the next one. We believe you should have location landing pages for all of the key suburbs in your area. I do not see those here. And then we believe you should have 500 plus words on each of your key service pages. And I do not see at least 500 words. So I can't give you that one. And then you want to link to the different pages. And like, for instance, you would want to have a page for TPO. You'd want to have a page for flat rubber roofing, etc. So those are some big opportunities. I think I'm going quickly on these because I don't want to just bore everyone with SEO stuff. But each of these service pages, there should be a page for each of these types of things that are TPO roofing in Pittsburgh, silicone roofing in Pittsburgh, etc. So just so you know, that's the way I would look at it. Mitch Ketron said, Tim, I'm your biggest fan. I've been up late all week implementing as much of your sage advice as possible. He said, thank you for sharing your expert insights. You're the marketing mentor we all need but don't deserve. Hey, that's so nice, Mitch. We'd love to shout out your company if you want. If you want to tell us what your company name is, I'd love to shout it out. I really appreciate it. Hey, I'm just doing these website audits to try to help other people that are, starting out. We don't work with everybody. We're kind of selective. So I'm trying to do a service and actually give you implementable things. I really do believe that you guys should have each of these main services have their own pages. And over time, you can also build up other locations around you. All right. So out of the final score, you guys ready? The final score that we've got is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of 20. So Malik Brothers Exteriors gets a 50%. Not the worst we've seen on this, but certainly there's opportunity to get more leads on your roofing website. I hope these insights were useful to you. And overall, I just want to end with compliments. The brand is very good. The brand is solid, and I think that a lot could be done with that. A lot could be. I like that the truck is featured, and I like that you had a blog and you were trying to work it for a while. But at the end of the day, what it comes down to is blogging is about consistency. And it's also intended, we need to get some of those blogs to get traffic. At one point, I had 1,000 blogs on our website, and I trimmed it down, because if you have a bunch of blogs out there that are not getting traffic, or people are landing on them and then going right back to the search engine, then those blogs are actually weighing your website down and expending Google's crawling resources. So you actually want these blogs to get traffic, and you want to trim the ones that have zero traffic, which sounds crazy because I tell you guys to blog all the time, but you really want to try to focus on getting some blogs with real traffic. And that is the point of blogs, not to just write, and not to just shovel out AI content or low quality content. And I know that sounds crazy, because I definitely am not anti-AI. We strongly recommend fooling around with it. If you are going to fool around with it, my recommendation is to utilize video, do videos, and then you can copy and paste the transcript from YouTube into like ChatGPT and make it into a blog, so that there's some subject matter expertise in there. And I strongly recommend that people don't just put out unedited AI content. Eric says, "You're the best, Tim Brown. Such good stuff, man. I appreciate it so much." Mitch and dude, Clay says, we've gained so much knowledge from your videos. Still working on getting it all implemented, but I'd love for you to check out our site and let us know where to focus on and improve first. Hey, Clay, don't say it if you don't want it, because I'm going to probably audit your website in the next few weeks. All right, guys. It was really good to chat with you guys. Comment below if you'd love for me to yay or nay on your website, give you a score. This one got a 50% out of 100. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining me. Eric, hey, Eric Richardson, you made this one better. So I really appreciate you taking the time to be part of it. You definitely added things that I don't always focus on in these. So just so you know, you're helping people too. Everyone check out Roofing Specialists of San Diego. And I appreciate y'all taking the time to be part of this with me, and see you later.
Hook better leads. HookAgency.com. Smart contractors hire specialized team. Rank high on Google. Hook better leads. HookAgency.com.